What if you could install OptiScaler in any game with a single click? No manual file copying, no batch scripts, no guessing which files go where. And on RDNA 2 or RDNA 3, it even handles FSR4 INT8 automatically. So let me show you. Hey guys, welcome back to GeekJ, where we make tech, tutorials and gaming simpler and better. Now, before we get to the main event, OptiScaler just dropped their first stable public release, version 0.9. After 7 months of pre-release builds, this is the one they are standing behind. And let me run through the highlights real quick. We're gonna do this through this nice presentation I have prepared, so if you feel this is helping you out in a visual way, make sure you give the video a like. Let's get started. As you can see, it's now a signed build and it's bundled with fake NV API 1.4 and the new Nukems 0.130. So let's click on start. And as you can see, frame generation got completely rebuilt. The new system separates the frame generation sources and outputs. You pick how your game feeds frame generation data and separately pick which technology to actually use. DLSSG via Streamline, Nukems, OptiFG, or native FSR 3.1. So let's go to next. XeSS 3.0 SDK is in. Intel Arc users only get multi-frame generation now, and FSR 4.1 AppScaler landed for RDNA 4 owners, along with Vulkan support through DX12 interop, which we are going to test later. Quality of life is massive. OptiPatcher integration, Luma, Unreal Engine autofixes, VRR frame rate calculator, and a ton of game-specific quirks, so things work right out of the box. And as you can see, the OptiPatcher team now accepts donations through Buy Me a Coffee and GitHub sponsors if you want to support their incredible work. And I'm gonna have links for all of their GitHubs in the description below. Okay, so that is what OptiScaler can do. We know this, and the changelog was basically kind of long, so you can take a further look at it if you go on GitHub by yourself, because it compares itself to the previous stable release, which was pretty ancient, 0.7.9. And yeah, it took 7 months, but we're here with the 0.9 complete version, the final version, and it's pretty nice. But the challenge has always been getting OptiScaler running into our games. And until now, you had to manually download files, extract them into the right folder, run a batch script, and answer some prompts. It works, but it gets kind of tedious when you have kind of a big library. And here is where OptiScaler-Client enters the scene. And as you can see, this is a community-built desktop app by Augustine28. Sorry if I'm butchering the name. And it basically manages OptiScaler across your entire game library. And you can think of it as a one-stop shop for AppScaler management. So if we click over here on the +3 releases, we can see that if we scroll down, we can download the OptiScaler-Client 103 portable zip. And then if we run it, it looks kind of like this. So first thing you want to do, but it kind of does it automatically the first time you launch this, is it scans for your games that are present. And if it doesn't find something, or you believe something is missing in a library that it has already scanned, you can click on Scan Games again, and it will do it again. And if your games or some of your games are on an unsupported platform or standalone or whatever, you can add them manually over here, just as I have done for some of them. It does support Steam, Epic Games, GOG, and some other platforms. But yeah, if you have standalone or DRM-free games, you can just add those manually through the Add Manually button over here. And look at that, it found everything I have installed right now. And for a lot of them, I have just clicked on the quick uninstall because I want to showcase this for a lot of games that I have already installed it on my videos, or for games that we've never done this before. And I really wanted to showcase this with Dragonkin and the Banished. So let me quick uninstall from all of these. And as you can see, we can even bulk install this for a lot of these games. And as you can see, it says it's going to use the 0.90 pre-12, or we can use the 0.9 latest. So now let us put this thing to work. And we can start with Death Stranding 2. So we can do quick install over here. And it says it's downloading OptiScaler 0.90 pre-12. Sometimes this is still in beta, so it might take some time. It might look like it's, you know, frozen or whatever. Just give it some time and it will complete all of these tasks. So yeah, we can just click the quick install button over here. It says that OptiScaler 0.90 pre-12 has been installed. And if we click on manage over here, you can see what it has installed. It actually tells us beta versions already include Fake NVA API and Nukem FG, so we don't need to do anything over here. But if we wanted to actually use the latest version, we would have to click on them manually. We can choose the injection type, and we can also choose the FSR INT8 version if we need to. As you can see, it has found these versions of these components, and they look kind of weird, but it doesn't matter. We can just say auto update or reinstall over here, or manual, and it will download the latest version OptiScaler plus FSR4 INT8. And supposedly it is working. So let's go ahead and test it out. So yeah, basically one click and the client downloads the latest OptiScaler copies, all the right files to the right places, and configures everything for you, and even does the same for the custom modded FSR 4.0.2 that the OptiScaler team has created. So yeah, as you can see, I've loaded the game from the exact same location, and if we hit insert, as you can see, we get the OptiScaler menu. This is the latest version, and we're gonna select FSR3.x, change the app scaler, and see what happens. And it is using the 4.0.2c version. I'm gonna untick the use FSR input values, save INI and close. Basically need to restart. But yeah, this is working perfectly fine, as you can see. So yeah, we just clicked one button and boom, OptiScaler 0.9 after we fire up the game is, as you can see, active over here. And we got access to DLSS, and we can spoof inputs, FSR4 app scaling, frame generation, all from a single button click. So the image quality, as we saw in my previous video, if you want to check that out, you can find it up here with a full showcase for Death Stranding 2. We were seeing the quality of FSR4 with DLSS inputs on my RX 6800 XT basically. So no manual file copying, no setup script, nothing. We just click and play. So next up, let's try Dragonkin the Banished. It's the same process. We hit manage, we can do auto install, and we are basically done if we want. So let's do auto install. As you can see, it is using different versions of the files we need. Let's go with that. So everything was installed successfully, as it says over here. Let's try it out. We have the splash screen on the bottom left, so that means OptiScaler installed correctly. So let's see, we go into the options, graphics, we are in borderless. You can see we have NVIDIA DLSS Super Resolution and Quality already enabled over here. So we can exit out of this, and then we can just press continue. Here we are in the game, press insert. As you can see, it always defaults to XeSS on the first boot. We're gonna go with FSR3.x, change app scaler, and we are now using FSR 4.0.2c. We can untick the use FSR inputs. The game works flawlessly. So the game looks fantastic with the upgraded app scaling, and I have not touched a single config file basically. Let's quit out of this one. Okay, what's next? Let's go with Fatal Frame 2 that we worked on a few videos ago. You can find that video up here as well if you want to check that out. But this is going to be a lot easier. We just did the quick install. Let's see what happened over here. I don't know if it's using the correct FSR INT8 version, so we can do the auto update or reinstall over here to make sure. And it says FSR INT8 was successfully installed. So let's go ahead and try this game out as well. Got the controller connected over here. As you can see, we get the OptiScaler on the bottom left. I was genuinely curious about this one because it is a remake of a classic horror title, and that's why I made the original video. And with this, basically with one click, we can just enjoy our game. Okay, I'll pause the game, hit insert, and as you can see, we have again defaulted to XCSS. We're gonna go with FSR3.x, change app scaler, and now we are on FSR4.0.2c. Use FSR input values. We will uncheck that and then save INI and close, and then we can go into screen settings. As you can see, we are on DLSS native. So let's go back to the title screen. Let's go into options and screen settings from here, and let's go with 75%, which is usually the quality version. And we're gonna go back with these settings. When we pause the game again and hit insert, and we're gonna go with the FPS overlay. Over here, it's gonna be, let's say, on the bottom left of the screen, and we can save INI and close and exit out of the menu here. And basically, yeah, look at that. Everything looks super, super nice. Let's not forget to hold hands, come on. Yeah, virtually like no loss in quality. Everything looks a lot better. And yeah, the lighting, the shadows, the grain, all is preserved beautifully because of FSR4's handling of the app scaling. And again, this was a one-click install. We didn't have to adjust any INI files, no running scripts. The client basically handled everything. Now here is where things are gonna get really, really interesting. Enshrouded runs on Vulkan, not DirectX 12. So historically, FSR4 was a DirectX 12 only affair, even as of today, until the OptiScaler team kind of did their magic and it does work. So with 0.9, we do get that amazing upgrade, and the new FSR4 Vulkan with DX12 feature does exist here, and it creates a DirectX 12 interop layer that lets FSR4 run in Vulkan games basically. Not to bore you with my infinite talking. And the app scaler cost is a bit higher because of the bridge, but the visual quality bump is absolutely worth it in my opinion. So let's go into manage over here, and we can actually handle the injection manually here. So we're gonna have 2 clicks. So I'm gonna click on winmm.dll, and everything else I'm gonna leave as is, and then I'm gonna press the auto install over here, and I think we have everything we need. As you can see over here, winmm.dll, everything got installed correctly. So let's close out of this one, and then we're gonna launch our Enshrouded game. So OptiScaler-Client just handled this just like any other game. It was almost 1 click. We had to do 2 clicks because we did the manual thing just to showcase it, and it did actually work with winmm.dll, as you can see over here. let it finish compiling the shaders, and we're gonna be back through the magic of editing. And there it is, we have FSR4 running. Let's make sure we have DLSS over here. I'm gonna hit play, then private, and then play again. And let it compile the whole shader thing so we don't get any stuttering and stuff while we are in game, to test it properly. And if we hit insert over here, you can see we're for some reason on FSR 2.2.1, and this is where it defaults for Vulkan games. So we can go with FSR 3.x with DX12, change upscaler. It's gonna take some time. And boom, that was it. So FSR4 running in a Vulkan game on RDNA 2 hardware. And this was literally impossible not that long ago, and the DirectX 12 interop does add some overhead, but the image quality leap from the stock upscalers makes it a worthwhile trade, trust me. So I'm gonna uncheck the use FSR inputs as well, save INI and close, and here we go, boys, FSR4. We have another video for this as well, you can find it up here. And yeah, check it out if you want to see the manual old way and how we used to do things, and how the game looks right now with FSR4. And this is the new modded version as well of FSR4.0.2c that doesn't require any driver modding as well. So thank you, OptiScaler team, for everything. Like, you've done AMD's job. Maybe you should get paid their salaries? I don't know. Sounds fair. But yeah, this is still shocking to me, a Vulkan game running FSR4 on an RX 6800 XT. We are genuinely living in the future of open source, not just the future. But yeah, I think the game-changing feature for anyone on RDNA 2 or RDNA 3 is that FSR4 officially requires RDNA 4 hardware. That's what AMD wants us to believe. But the OptiScaler team, as we've talked about before, has created a modded FSR 4.0.2c INT8 version that works on older Radeon cards without any driver modifications. And the crazy thing is that OptiScaler-Client, as you saw me doing just now, detects your GPU, as you can see over here on the top right of the screen. Let's go back to first person, come on. And it automatically handles this for us. So we don't really need to do anything, basically. So that's kind of insane. It's the, component handling of this open source project that blows my mind. So huge congrats to Augustine28. Sorry if I'm butchering your name again. But yeah, great job, man. OptiScaler-Client just automatically detected my RDNA 2 graphics card, basically automatically offers FSR4 INT8 injection. And if you do the auto install, it will actually do that. So yeah, everything is done automatically, zero manual intervention by us. And I think this is the magic combo right here. OptiScaler version 09 or even the latest pre-release version. You don't need to go on GitHub, you don't need to go on Discord or whatever for OptiScaler. You just download OptiScaler-Client and it will handle all of that for you. But yeah, OptiScaler-Client is making it practically dead simple. And the INT8 binary, it's just making it work on hardware AMD has not officially blessed yet. And yeah, if anything ever goes wrong, or you just want to remove OptiScaler from a game, the client handles that too. It's a one-click to uninstall again. You can see over here, it says quick uninstall. If we go into manage, it will do kind of the same if we click this uninstall button. It says that the detected components are the following, and we can do the uninstall over here, and it is asking for a confirmation, and we do uninstall, and we are basically done. And as you can see, if we go back into the game, it has removed all the injected files and restores the game to its original state. And it's basically clean, simple, and it takes 2 seconds. And I think it's even better if we just use the quick uninstall over here. Just click on this button, and as you can see, there's nothing there. It says OptiScaler not installed, and the only detected components are the ones that come with the game by default. So it replaced the default files. So to recap, OptiScaler version 09 is the first stable public release, and it is absolutely loaded. FSR4 Vulkan support, completely rewritten frame generation system, XSS3 SDK, OptiPatcher, the works. We get everything. And OptiScaler-Client by Augustin M28, sorry if I'm butchering your name, takes all of that and turns it into a one-click operation across your entire game library. And if you're on RDNA2 or RDNA3, it even auto-injects the FSR4 INT8 binary, so you don't have to even think about anything. So you saw me just testing this across several games, including Death Stranding 2, Dragonkin, The Banished, Fatal Frame 2, and even Enshrouded running on Vulkan with the new FSR4 DX12 interop, and it worked beautifully in every single one of these games. So I'll have all the links in the description, you know where, below. If this helped you get FSR4 into your games the easy way, smash that like button and subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a GeekJ video. If you want to take it further, consider joining the GeekJ squad for early access and exclusive perks, or drop a super thanks if you're feeling generous, of course. Massive shout out to my channel architects, as always, Paris STR and Kostas Dari, and to my donor Tony. You legends keep this channel running, basically. Drop your results in the comments below. Which games are you installing OptiScaler in? I read every single one of your comments, and yeah, that's pretty much it, boys. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.